Okay, so you can't laugh at me because I have pretty much the most awesomest speech ever. It's an informative speech, and I chose to do mine on the Power Rangers. So, here we go. I have to time myself. I have to use my note cards and stuff like that, and my props. You'll love my props. So, here I go. Don't laugh. How many of you ever dressed up as a Power Ranger for Halloween? I was definitely the pink one. Power Rangers have been around for over 2 decades. Now, unless you still watch them, you might not know that the Power Rangers have gone through a lot of changes over the years. But I'm guessing none of you guys are Power Ranger trivia champions. So today, I'm going to remind you how the Power Rangers came to Earth, and refresh your memory a little on who is which color and what they morph into, and give you a brief timeline on the evolution of the Power Rangers. So sit back, put on your morphin belts, and let's take a ride on the Power Ranger train. First, I'm going to remind you just how the Power Rangers came to be. It all started around 1992. We were probably all a little too young to remember the first episodes, unless you own all the season DVDs. So according to Power Ranger Central, it all began when Rita Repulsa was freed from her dumpster on the moon. She came to Earth and posed a huge threat. An old sage named Zordon established a command center in Angel Grove. He called on 5 teenagers to defend the Earth and named them the Power Rangers. The Power Rangers would call on their Zords, which were their assault vehicles, to save the Earth. They'd fight the evil and keep peace. From then on, the Power Rangers began their journey to become the phenomenon they are today. Now, who exactly was which color? This leads me to my next point. I bet we can all name the colors and maybe even the characters. Before I researched them, I realized I had no clue who was which one. So now I'm going to refresh your memory. This information was provided by Power Ranger Central. The first one is Jason, the Red Power Ranger. He was the leader of the pack. His Zord was a Tyrannosaurus. Next, we have Kimberly, cute little Kimberly, probably the one we all remember the most. She's the Pink Power Ranger, and her Zord is a pterodactyl. Next, we have Zack, probably the most forgotten Power Ranger. He's a Black Power Ranger, and his Zord is the Mastodon. Then we have Trini. We remember the color in the face, but definitely not the name. She's the Yellow Power Ranger, and she calls on my favorite Zord, the Saber-Tooth Tiger. Last, we have Billy, the nerdy Blue Power Ranger. His Zord is the Triceratops. And you might remember that all of their Zords came together to make one big Zord. This Zord's name is Megatron. So when Megatron Zord came together, there was big trouble ahead. So if you guys go on a trivia show, you guys can name the colors and Zords of the original Power Rangers. But these Power Rangers are long gone by now. New ones have stepped into their places throughout the years. We know them as the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but the kids today know them as the Power Rangers RPM. According to Power Ranger Central, there have been 17 seasons of Power Rangers, all of them having different names. First, we had our Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Then they changed into Power Ranger Zero. Then there was Turbo, Space, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed, Time Force, Wild Force, Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, Jungle